Show, classic at the Garden. Knicks score 8 points in a chaotic final 28 seconds to take a 2-0 series lead. Some say it's over. Some say it hasn't started. Here's a despondent Embiid again, blaming the refs. Take a listen.
Everybody on the floor was trying to call a timeout, myself included, Nico, coach on the sideline. But they didn't give it to us. But, forget about the timeout. There's a bunch of fouls. Like I said, that's f***ing unacceptable.
Okay, Brew, your reaction to this?
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Are you going to say you love it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were too, and I was so
I'm not
surprised.
playing.
He even did the head turn like he normally does.
No excuses. I like what he said when he was like, eventually we're going to win this series.
Yeah, that's next.
No excuses, because let me tell you what happened, Joel. You're up 5 with 47 seconds left. I get it. It's a different NBA. That's not a ton, but still, you should win. Mm-hmm. Kyle Lowry, you're only up 5 because an 81% foul shooter missed one of the 2 foul shots with 47 seconds left. Now, we're going to show this probably going to be too fast, but I want to describe what happened on that last play.
Sure.
Or not the last one, but where they make the turnover and Jalen Brunson hits the shot. Tyrese Maxey runs into traffic. Look, he's running, go to the corner and where it's open and you could have gotten the ball. Now, I get it, you don't want to get trapped in the corner, but he ends up in the corner anyway. All right, and loses the ball, tries to throw it under Josh, throw it between Josh Hart's legs, okay? So that's number one. The ball goes off Maxey's arm. That's bad play by him. Then Joel, I got to say this to you, because the rebound that Isaiah Hartenstein gets.
Thank you.
That's your box out. That's your box out. You're the biggest man on the court by a mile, and you can't even box somebody out because you know what? You had 0 rebounds in the second half. Yeah. I get you not moving, but you out there playing, so I'm gonna hold you responsible. And so those are the things that the little things. This looks like a hungry team that wants it, and a tentative team in the red that's like, they're afraid of the moment. And so I don't want to hear you blaming the ref. One more thing, Nick, please.
Sure.
In the restricted area. Now, again, Embiid's the biggest thing. He's a mountain of a man. In the restricted area, they had the 4th worst field goal percentage this season, 36%. Joel himself, 3 of 8 in the restricted area, 3 of 10 in the paint.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Well,
you should be beasting people down there. I'm tired of seeing him shooting 18-footers all the time. You're a great mid-range shooter. Keep doing it, but get your butt inside.
Well, he doesn't think he's healthy, man.
Then it might be nice if he's inside, so he's not running around putting all the pressure on his joints on the perimeter.
Then you hop on the Amtrak and tell him in Philly, because like the thing, I'm not dismissing what you're saying. I'm saying to me, just from watching Embiid, he clearly feels more comfortable away from the basket since
his whole career.
Right, but pre-knee injury this year, he was doing work on the inside. He wasn't averaging 35 a game on jump shots. Now, it wasn't a lot, but a lot of it was.
And he's a great mid-range shooter.
But also, it wasn't showing up necessarily in his shot profile because he was drawing so many fouls when he was close to the basket that he ended up shooting free throws, drives, things like that. So that part, I think, and the rebounding, I think, is directly correlated to the injury. Sure. Not necessarily the last play, but just the 0 rebounds. Let me say this. I feel sick for Sixer fans. What's the last huge playoff shot that hit the front rim, bounced up, and went in? Kawhi against the Sixers. This Jalen Brunson shot has no business going in. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Right that.
But then that part of it, that's a miss 9 out of 10 times it goes in. But I'm going to put blame, if I have to blame people, on the only 2 champions on the Sixers.
Wow.
The coach and Kyle Lowry.
Raptors taking shots.
Well, sorry, guys. You have a timeout.
Well, he's trying. You heard him say he was trying to call it.
It's not true. Listen, can I tell you something? He did this, and then he's like, we might have it. But guess what?
Chaos.
You're right. But you know, no, I'm not.
Lowry should know better.
I'm talking about pre-inbound.
Oh, okay.
Pre-inbound is not chaos. And if you don't have an instant easy inbound, you're up 2, you don't need the timeout. You only need the timeouts late in games if it's like, we're going to need to advance and score. You're ahead. If Kyle Lowry does not have an easy inbound, Call timeout, man. You are the savvy veteran. And so I understand, I get the Sixers' frustration on, obviously, yes, Maxi's jersey was grabbed. Like, there's no denying that.
But he also shoved Hart to get
and I'm not the...
Shoved him.
I'm not into... I don't mind when players say, hey, I think it was poorly officiated, those types of things. I also do not attribute wins and losses typically to officiating. And I don't think the Sixers lost that game because of officiating. I think they didn't execute at the very end of the game. And Nick Nurse has the ability to call timeout instantly. I'm talking about as the moment they make the basket, you can make an argument you call timeout. Advance the ball. Kyle certainly has the authority to be like, nope, I don't like it, call timeout. And then it just goes another way. And they got unlucky on loose balls. And I get Embiid's frustration. I don't think Embiid... I think it would have been better if he would have done it at the podium.
Yes.
You know what?
Barkley's quote is, as the leader of the team, he cannot have his head down. That really irked Barkley. Although he does later on, we're about to play this quote in 1 minute, that he does promise the victory. So I guess we'll just go there.
Still with his head down.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. Embiid later goes full Joe Namath in the postgame, claiming that Philly had the better team and was going to win the series. Take a listen.
We good. We're going to win this series. We going to win this. We know what we got to fix. We did a better job today, so we're going to fix it. But we're the better team, and we're going to keep fighting.
I mean, the optics of that's a broken team.
Oh, see, so I don't, that to me is too harsh. I think they're broken in the moment. I don't think it means they're broken for Game 3. I think in the moment, that is an excruciating loss. And I think it is I think for Embiid and for LeBron, for different reasons, one because of injury, one because of age, these are particularly excruciating losses because I think in their head, they both know, I only have so many really good playoff games in me this year.
If we're going to say that Embiid is a superstar in the face of the team, we saw Mahomes go through the first game of the season. They lost, undefeated season, the pick six, and it was not his fault. In several other losses, the Kadarius Toney thing, he never was. But I do think that's like, I'm not saying Embiid is Mahomes, but we expect something from the face of the franchise, not to be cowering like this, like we're the better team. You wouldn't accept that from
No, I understand that, but
family member
Brew, what I would say the context for that difference is, I think when you're Patrick Mahomes and you've been to, prior to this year, been to 3 Super Bowls, 1, 2, it's easier to take the ebbs and flows of it. When you're Joel Embiid and the biggest win of your career is Game 5, Round 2 a couple years ago. I just think that you haven't won. You've never been out of the second round. I think it has a heavier weight on you. But buying Philly can still advance, yes. I absolutely buy Philly can still win the series. But I do think, Brew, we're going to know before halftime of Game 3 whether or not you're right.
Yeah,
there's a chance that they, get punched in the face, start Game 3, and it's over, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know if they're broke. Embiid has bad body language, in my opinion, bad body language in general. I think on the court, as great as he is, his game looks lazy. Looks, not that it is, but because his body language, he's always falling, he's always on the ground, and then maybe that's just how he is, so maybe they're not broken. Okay. That's just how he is. But I'm with Nick. Look, I got the Knicks in 7. Now, so I'm picking the Knicks to win.
That series
but
might never start.
they can. Philly can win the series.
Of course.
I mean, they should. Embiid's right. They should at least be 1-1. There's no way they should have lost yesterday. So I think it's going to be a long series. Obviously, they have to win Game 3. But they're
Lakers
still.
Nuggets.
Can I just show you a quick?
They got the best player in the series by a mile.
Thank you. Jalen Brunson is playing terrible.
Yeah.
Only career games with under 25 points on 25 or more field goal attempts. So eventually Jalen Brunson is going to be the Jalen Brunson that we expect.
Well, that's because he's struggled against Philly all year.
That's the thing.
So you think you're going to go 7 games and not get
regular season? He shoots 40% against them.
That's why
22 points a game. I'm just saying they defend him well.
Right. So that. Sometimes it's a slump, and guys definitely going to break out of it. Sometimes it's our entire game plan is about stopping this guy and we're executing it. Now again, I think he'll be better than